MymobileMafia.com. We're doing a live interview with Wanja Lange from Germany. I still love her. Let's talk to Wanja. Wanja, what's up with her? I know who her is, okay? But for the audience, who is her?
Hip hop, no doubt about it. And sometimes people ask me about the title and what it means. And it's referring to a classic hip hop song that everybody should know by Common.
Of course.
His song was called I Used to Love, but I still love her.
Yeah.
So
I do too.
That's why.
Born and raised. Yeah. Okay, now the I Still Love Her project you got going on. So you travel around to open mics and things of that nature, different venues, looking for artists for this mixtape that you put together.
Well, I don't do all the the open mic shows and all, but not only for looking for talent. It's also I love hip hop, so for me to go into those events is pleasure and a little bit of fun. And when I come across some new talent, then I'm gonna approach them and ask them to send me some new music, and I'm gonna put them on whatever.
So when you come across new talent, your ear. I mean, I saw your Facebook page or your MySpace page,
right.
And I mean, there's some photos on there. You had to be 3 years old with headphones on. So I mean, I would say that you're probably a connoisseur of hip hop. So as far as listening to different artists from different cities and different countries, I mean, I know you can't pick everybody from every venue, but I mean, what about those cats to say, dang, I thought I was hot enough to, I mean, what would you suggest to them as far as being on somebody else's mixtape, not just I Still Love Her, to, maybe even get out there, put your name out there?
Well, I mean, as an artist who hasn't, who doesn't have that popularity yet, or hasn't really had a chance to put his music out there like that, I suggest you should really hit up as many events as you can and just get in touch and network as much as you can, because it's all about networking. Like, artists need to understand that the most important thing is that your work does not stop in the booth. Like, your work does not stop in the studio. That is only the first step. Go in the studio, you record your music, but then the more important steps come after that. I mean, you gotta go out and you gotta be...
You gotta pay your dues. You gotta pay your dues, like you were talking at the conference last week.
Yes,
You gotta
exactly.
pay your dues. So, back in the day, other than listening to music, did you used to want to be a rapper? Did you dance back then? Did you graffiti? I mean, what part of hip-hop, other than just listening to it, did you want to dabble in just a little bit?
Well, I actually went through different phases with all the elements. Like, I listened to hip-hop, but it wasn't until I was, I think, 16 when I got in touch with the culture, and that was through graffiti. Like, I remember I picked up a magazine, which was a free magazine at an urban clothing store in Germany. And I was going through it, and then I saw some graffiti. And I was so impressed. Like, I saw that, and I was just like, man, that is something I want to be able to do. So I started doing graffiti, and that was when I experienced the culture behind hip-hop music. And it touched me deeply, because it was like, it was a way for me to express myself. But then, I mean, I did graffiti for about 1 or 2 years. And then I went to my first real hip-hop show. And I saw break dancers in the circle. And then I felt like, damn, that's something I want to do.
I
gotta go to the car and get the number down.
Now, speaking of Germany, which you're from Germany, we have a Detroit legend, a DJ legend, born and raised here. They moved to Germany, named The Wizard.
What's that 125 you got?
I don't know if you've heard of it, but rumor has it that The Wizard moved to Germany and started producing all these techno tracks and things that you may have even changed his name. But if you out there, holla at your D. Holla at the 313. We want to hear about you. Oh my goodness! I mean, as far as DJs, Electrifying Mojo, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he's an old school DJ who used to play all the stuff that mainstream radio never really played. And it would be at like midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. You would hear Planet Rock on the radio. You know, you could hear Grandmaster Flash. But other than that, all we had were mixtapes. And you went back to doing mixtapes. And that's how we hear real artists. It's through mixtapes. So who helps fund those mixtapes?
We do it all by ourselves. It's me. It's a collaboration between me and DJ from DJ and we do it all by ourselves, but there's not really much to fund. It's really just an investment into the effort. Because I mean, we don't have any. We don't print any copies. We just put them out digitally. And we put them out for free download. I mean, we don't make any money off of it.
Okay, so as far as the free downloads and digital media, I've been talking to people on the street. A lot of artists are feeling that MySpace may be just a haven for spam music as opposed to what it was when it first started out.
Right.
Real starving artists were trying to be heard, but now it's so cluttered with just whatever. I mean, is there another venue you think maybe possibly the artists could go through as far as, you know, other than, you know, open mic, as far as digital media?
It's really tough right now because I mean I had great hopes for MySpace. I mean that's basically how it started out. Since was looking for artists on MySpace who weren't that big, you know, who were not signed. And we tried to spread the mixtape on MySpace, but now MySpace is really yes. And I have 4 MySpace pages for different projects, and then also like a private. But I don't use them anymore. Like every once in a while I go on there and check, and it's all just spam, all the same shit. And
I mean, if a producer or a record label saw somebody or heard somebody on MySpace, I mean, it's so much spam going on, you could probably overlook the message.
Right.
Or think it wasn't real. You know?
I'm sure I have overlooked some messages.
Okay. So what else can we look for from the I Still Love Her project?
Well, I mean, the I Still Love Her is actually a radio show. What we do over here in Detroit, the conference that we've been here is the I'll Always Love Her conference. We wanted it to stay connected to what I do, but we wanted to change names so like people know it's not the exact same thing. And from that, it's something big. I mean, we have a mixtape series coming out, a new one, which is going to be called I Still Love Detroit, with nothing but Detroit artists. And all Detroit artists are welcome to send me their music, and I'll check it out.
So your radio broadcast is out on the internet?
Yes.
What's that website?
Well, the easiest way to hear that would be just go on my MySpace page.
You got a link on there?
Yeah, it's myspace.com/I Still Love Her the show.
Okay. MySpace.com/I Still Love Her the show.
Right. And you can find everything in there. You can find infos on the conference, you can find infos on this mixtapes. And that's like the digital underground mixtapes. Please check them out because they are really
I wanted to have the tape that you gave me 2 weeks ago in my hand, but it's in my deck. So, you got some more with you? I mean, you got another volume other than, because I got one. I love it. It's still in my deck.
See, I brought like 50 copies with me that I burned at my job.
I Still Love Her. Yeah, the show. That's what's up.
Yeah, and those mixtapes are dedicated to giving young artists, or not necessarily young, but you know, artists who don't
get the exposure.
Yeah, but like all of these artists are handpicked by me. I pick every one of them, every song myself, and I vouch for them. They are extremely talented.
Wanja Lange.